Welcome to The Explainer. We've got a really exciting one today because we are breaking down Wealthsimple's massive new product keynotes. So let's just dive right in, because they recently laid out this absolute master plan that aims to completely revamp our financial lives. We're going to unpack exactly how they intend to move millions of people away from a system built on friction and into an ecosystem designed entirely around flow. Here is our agenda for today's Explainer. 1. Redefining financial friction. 2. Upgrading family finances. 3. Better banking for business. 4. Perfecting personal checking. And 5. The $1 million incentive. Whether you're a parent trying to teach your kids about money, a business owner looking for a break, or just an everyday saver, there is something in here specifically designed for your wallet.
Okay, Section 1. Redefining financial friction. Taking over your life.
Now, I know that subtitle, Taking Over Your Life, sounds a bit, well, intense, right? But it's actually the central theme of their entire keynote. Their goal isn't just to launch a few new credit cards, it's to fundamentally change how we interact with our money. Take this pretty provocative quote from Wealthsimple CEO Mike Catching. He openly admitted that the phrase, Wealthsimple takes over your life, made some people at his own company a little uncomfortable. But he clarified, they don't want to take over your actual freedom. They want to take over the paperwork. They want technology to quietly handle all the annoying parts of your finances so you can, actually spend more time living your life. So what exactly are they fighting against here? Financial friction. This is the endless paperwork, the waiting on hold for hours, the hidden fees, and those frustrating one-size-fits-all products. With over 4 million Canadians trusting them with $150 billion, Wealthsimple is essentially arguing that the old way of banking just creates obstacles instead of opportunity. It's like a giant maze designed to slow you down, and they want to clear that path completely.
Moving on to Section 2. Upgrading family finances. Beyond one size fits all.
You see, the old banking system was built for a time when families usually had just one earner and highly simplified needs. Today, families are financially interconnected across multiple generations. So, Wealthsimple Family is built on 3 new pillars. First up, kids and teens get real checking accounts where parents can actually block specific spending categories. So say goodbye to those arbitrary video game upgrades your kid tries to sneak through. Second, couples get a feature called Households, which we'll expand on in just a second. And third, Extended Family. You know that absolute nightmare of having to share banking passwords just to help out an aging parent? Yeah, they are eliminating that entirely with authorized traders, letting you manage relatives' accounts securely straight from your own login. Okay, let this massive number sink in for a second. 10%. This is for those kids and teens accounts. Wealthsimple pointed out something so true. A kid earning like 46 cents a month on a traditional $250 bank balance isn't going to learn the magic of compound interest. So they created parent-paid interest. As a parent, you can incentivize your kids by boosting their interest rate to something they'll actually notice, like 10% a month straight out of your own pocket. It totally gamifies the experience and teaches real, lasting saving habits. Now, for couples, this stat is absolutely huge. Couples who track their finances together save twice as much as those who don't. Twice as much. But let's be honest, merging everything is scary. That's where Wealthsimple's new Households feature comes in. It allows couples to track their combined net worth, even including outside assets like a home or an outside mortgage, without having to completely merge every single personal account into one bucket. Plus, pooling your net worth like this unlocks premium generation status perks for both of you, like getting up to 35% off TELUS mobility plans. Let's jump into Section 3, Better Banking for Business, Removing the Indignities. Small business owners are massively underserved right now. The keynote correctly pointed out that if you're a huge corporation, banks absolutely love you. But if you're a small business owner, you face what they accurately call little indignities. Think about the old way of doing things. They shared this crazy story of a physician who had to physically call his bank every 2 weeks just to transfer his own paycheck from his corporate account to his personal one because of arbitrary transfer caps. It's ridiculous. Contrast that with Wealthsimple's new solution. You get a single login for everything. You can send up to $25,000 per e-transfer. You get free automated CRA payments. And get this, you actually earn up to 2.25% interest on your corporate checking. To put that into perspective, the math here is incredibly powerful. Take Cheryl, a dentist who needed to buy a $100,000 CT scanner for her practice. Under the old system, she'd either have to sell her investments and pay capital gains taxes or take out a traditional line of credit at around 6.5%. Instead, she uses Wealthsimple's portfolio line of credit, borrowing against her own assets at just 3.95%.
The bottom line, it acts like a massive cheat code. It saves her $7,000 in interest and lets her pay off the loan 3 months early. That's a real game changer.
All right, Section 4, perfecting personal checking, escaping the routine. The whole traditional banking system essentially relies on us being too stuck in our daily routines to demand better features. So, how do we break that routine? Well, a major objection to digital banking has always been physical cash. Wealthsimple solved this so elegantly. You can now literally walk into over 5,000 Canada Post locations, scan a quick QR code on your app, and hand over your cash to deposit it instantly. And if you need cash while traveling, they reimburse your ATM fees worldwide, no matter where you are or how crazy the fee is. It's true, borderless access.
Then there's the new Spend Insights feature, which instantly categorizes your transactions, but with a really clever twist. Say you go on a big vacation. You can now tag those specific out-of-the-ordinary charges and hide them from your monthly averages so they don't totally skew your normal budget. Actually, the best part is how it isolates recurring subscriptions. They noted that the average person can save $270 a year just by finding and cutting unused subscriptions. You know, like that random streaming app you haven't watched in 6 months but are still paying for. And this right here is arguably their most disruptive personal feature yet: overdraft protection. Traditional overdraft is essentially just an expensive tax on timing issues. If your rent is due a day before your paycheck hits, traditional banks hit you with a $5 flat fee plus upwards of 22% interest. It's punishing. But Wealthsimple's overdraft is powered by that exact same portfolio line of credit we talked about earlier. There is zero monthly fee, and the interest rate is a fraction of the cost at 3.95%. It literally costs pennies to cover a temporary gap instead of punishing you for it. Finally, Section 5, the $1 million incentive, rewarding good habits.
Because, tools alone aren't enough. You need the right incentives to actually build life-changing financial habits. And man, what an incentive this is. They announced the monthly millionaire draw. Every single month, they are giving one client $1 million. No joke. Here's how the mechanics work. Every single dollar you deposit or save is an entry. Route your paycheck through direct deposit, and those entries automatically double. They are gamifying everyday choices. If you choose to cook at home instead of ordering expensive delivery, you save money and you earn more entries. The true beauty of this is even if you don't win the $1 million, you still win by building actual wealth.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought today based on everything we've just covered. If your current bank's business model relies on charging you for the friction they themselves create through overdraft fees, transfer limits, and completely arbitrary account charges, isn't it time to find a financial ecosystem built on flow? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep asking the tough questions about your money, and we'll see you next time.